Hey everyone, welcome to another Coach Ride Along interview with Service Excellence. My name's Katie and I'm a brand manager here at Lead Hub. We're a strategic partner with Service Excellence where they ignite the power within. Today, I'm going to be interviewing our newest coach, Matthew Barbosa. Stay tuned. I think we can just jump into it. Welcome to the Coach Ride Along interview, Matthew. How about you introduce us to everyone? What's your name? Where are you from? What's your background? How long have you been in the trades? Just go for it.
All right, sounds good. Thanks, Katie. Yeah, I'm Matthew Barbosa. I am from Dallas, Texas. I was born into the trades. My dad owns a business in Texas, here in Dallas. I don't work for him anymore, but growing up, I did. So from the age I was a little kid up until probably high school, I worked for him. And then I went off to college. I got a teaching degree. I went to Texas A&M, so I'm an Aggie. Whoop. um, so after college, I was a teacher for a while. So did that for a couple of years. Didn't really like it the way that I thought I was going to. And I came back and worked for my dad professionally for like 7 years. I got my plumbing license. I was a HVAC technician. I did install, sales. I did everything. Felt like I needed to fly away from the nest a little bit just to sort of spread my wings and fly. So I took a full-time sales job. I did that for 4 years. And, right before taking that full-time sales job, I went through the press play training through Service Excellence. We had been working with Carrie Webb, one of the other coaches for Service Excellence. So I'd always known about Todd and Carrie and Chris Loudermilk and Chris Elmore. Went through a lot of their training, and always kind of had that seed planted in my mind that, hey, I got a pretty unique background of growing up in the business and wearing every hat you can wear in the business and having that teaching background. So I thought, hey, let's give Service Excellence a try. And fortunate enough to be brought on board here. Really excited to be here.
Yeah, they're really excited to have you. We've heard a lot about you in my meetings with Todd and in conversations I've had with Chris Elmore as well. So really excited to have you on the team and introduce you to all of Service Excellence's clients and all that. Cool.
Awesome.
So normally at this point, I ask, what your unique approach to coaching is, but I don't know how long you have been coaching. So what do you want your unique approach to coaching, or do you have that figured out? Are you how are you going to separate yourselves from the other coaches? How are you going to make your impact at Service Excellence?
Yeah, that's a really good question. I have been coaching for about 2 weeks now. So my sort of kind of probationary period is starting to kind of unfold, and I'm getting turned loose a little bit more. I'd say the first thing is I want to embody what Service Excellence wants to be. I mean, we have a lot of great core values and a lot of really good people that work there. So I look to the others at Service Excellence for one. I kind of want to be like them, but at the same hand, I can only be me, and I have my unique things that make me me, and I'm always going to bring that to my coaches, to the managers, to my clients, and be a little different than some of the other coaches and the ways that make me unique. I think one of those things is my teaching background. Being a middle school teacher, my family might disagree with this, but I am blessed with patience.
Yeah, middle schoolers are tough, man. So
I joke to those that know me well, and I say it's my payback to society for how I was at that age. So I served my time. I paid my penance. But no, honestly, my coaching approach it's pretty simple. I mean, it's I did just listen to Mark's ride along interview that you did with him, and one of the things he said was brilliant. He talked about sometimes people got to unlearn things. And I think that's so true. So sometimes we got to get people, sometimes the fastest way to move forward is to hit the brakes and go backwards a little bit. You gotta look in the mirror and you gotta question some of the things you've been doing and ask yourself, why am I doing this? Is it getting me the results I want? Right. Um, I'd say another part of what my unique process would be is just like being very clear with my clients on, hey, what are we defining success as? If we both have a very clear idea of what success looks like, what a win looks like, what improvement looks like, we'll get there. And then we'll roll up our sleeves and get to work. We'll do it together, but we'll get there. So
Awesome. And yeah, that advice from Mark is excellent advice. And it's actually something I do think about still, even after that
dude's
interview.
a genius.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely great addition to the team as well. Um, so on that, at Service Excellence, we're all about helping clients make radical transformations. But since you haven't had too much time with the clients, I wanted to ask if you have had any radical transformations that have led you to where you are now, maybe in your experience, either as like a coach or in the or as a teacher and in the trades. Any specific transformations come to mind?
This is like an Oprah interview. You're getting the hard hitting questions. I like it.
That's what I'm going for.
Well, a few moments stand out. I think back to like one of the first like big conferences I went to with my dad after moving back to Chicago. And it was just really neat to see that the trades is so much different than I thought it was. Like honestly, as a kid working in the trades, I was, there's a little bit of a blue collar stigma. I just felt like some grunt working hard and sweating. But I really did learn that it is such an underappreciated trade, and there are very, very hardworking, talented, successful men and women out there that devote their lives to it and devote their lives to trying to improve the trades. And that was a really transformational moment for me because I was like, I'm all in. Like, I can see myself. Like, I tell people this too. Like, there's this analogy that says, you got to find the right seat on the bus, right? Well, the bus I'm on is the trades. And for years, I was trying to find my right seat, the right seat where I belonged on that bus. And I think here at Service Excellence, I've found it, um, combining all my experiences with teaching and business owner stuff and being a sales guy and everything. So I'd say that's one of my most transformational moments. And, I mean, hi, Todd, I'm not trying to kiss your butt, but going through service excellence training, that was transformational too. I mean, I did over $2 million in sales the first year after I did that. So,
Wow.
I mean, I saw what a process can do. Like I was always someone that thought I could fly by the seat of my pants. I, maybe thought I was a little smarter than I really was. Like, I don't need help. Having a process is very solid stuff.
Yeah. So again, kind of on that, uh, when exactly should homeowners, or not homeowners, home service companies seek out that training and coaching? Like, when is the right time for them?
It's going to be different for everybody. Different companies are going to realize it at different times. And some people are going to need different levels of help, right? For me, I think like the type of client I envision in my head is that man or woman that's just been banging their head against the wall, or maybe they've noticed that their family has noticed like they're not there as much, they're not present as much, they're not enjoying life, they're too stressed out. That's when it's too late. You got to do it before then. So even if things are going great, you should explore contacting service excellence to help you. I mean, we're going to help hold you accountable, and we're going to make your time more valuable too. You can focus on the things that you really want to be doing. So
Yeah, they kind of say the same thing about therapy. Go even when you're healthy, like, because yeah, that's when that before you know it, like it's too late. You've hit that wall. But if you go with service excellence, you get that coaching, you get that training before you hit that you can make that radical transformation before you really even thought you needed to.
Yeah, I think so. And I think some people don't realize what that radical transformation can actually look like. Um, People might need to redefine and re-question what their ideal of success, what their idea of success is in their head. You just might find that it may not be what you've been doing every single day.
Yeah. Yeah. Keeping that up, like that's like keeping your options open, keeping an open mind, I feel like is just so important for the trades and for improving yourself as a business owner or as a technician or a manager or a CSR. Just keeping an open mind about training and coaching is like the best thing you can do.
Yeah.
Um, and so also on that, what traits do you think someone needs in order to succeed both in coaching and in the home services?
All right, so I'm gonna quote from a book that I'm reading right now. A book,
Excellent.
it's called so it's called The Coaching Habit, and
Mhm.
it's not about being a coach. It's not about necessarily being a good manager either. Um, it's just about, one of the core theses in the book, they talk about staying curious a little bit longer, and I love that. Like, so often we rush to give advice. You got a friend going through a hard time, and of course you're going to listen to them, but sometimes, staying curious a little bit longer, asking them some more questions, it can really shed some different light on things. So I think staying curious a little bit longer is a huge thing.
I love that. That's awesome. Um, so you earlier you said you've been kind of coaching for about 2 weeks now. I know you've been with Set a little bit longer than that. So what have been your kind of first impressions, first little experiences working with Service Excellence?
um yeah, I was just talking with Todd earlier, and we were talking about different types of training and stuff. And you can get a good workout in at the YMCA, and you can find those classes on the schedule throughout the week. But if your time's valuable to you and you really just want to get down to business and get results, we're going to do that for you. And to be totally transparent, the job's a little bit harder than I thought it was going to be. I work a little bit harder than I thought I was going to. And I love what that work gives me and what it does for the clients that I've been with, and the preparation I put into it. I see the results it gives me and the clients so far, and it's really rewarding. It's a really good type of energy to find, and it's a lot of fun. It really is.
That's awesome. Yeah, the whole team at Service Excellence is like really special. I know Todd just puts so much effort into finding the right people, and it shows so much. Like every single coach I've ever talked to has just been a joy. And I know like some of my clients who have coaches at Service Excellence, they just adore them, and it's just a really great team. So I'm glad to hear you say that as well.
Yeah, I agree. They're a good bunch of people. So I'm really happy to be on board. Really lucky to be on board.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It's exciting to be in a place like that. Um, but anyway, before we kind of wrap this up, I did want to ask you if you had any last parting advice to anyone who is either interested in coaching or maybe even interested in like the trades. Maybe they're looking for a career change. What advice would you have for any of those people?
Yeah, I'd say go on our website first of all. We have a quick little like 2-minute survey. If you're curious if this might be right for you, um, we're not going to bring you on if it's not right for you and if it's not right for us. So we're going to have a really low pressure conversation about it, and just a really open conversation about how we work. So it won't be a waste of your time. It won't be a waste of my time if we end up talking about this. If it works for you, great. If it doesn't, that's totally fine too. So I'd say, go ahead and make the first step. We have a really good process to kind of educate people a little bit more about what we do. And then to people that want to get into the trades, I think the trades is the best thing that's ever happened to me. and my brothers and sisters. I'm number 4 of 5 kids. It's given us everything. I mean, we don't have multiple homes in multiple countries or anything like that, but always had a warm meal on the table and clothes and stuff like that. So a couple of vacations and good memories. So the trades can give you a life that you may not realize it can. And it's a great industry. And I'm happy to talk to anyone about it. So I have a unique perspective on it and done a lot of things. So
Awesome.
look
Wonderful.
into it.
Yeah, it's a really underrated industry to be in, I think.
It really is.
All right. Well, thank you, Matthew, for your time. It's been a pleasure meeting you and talking to you. Really excited to have you on the team and work with you more in the future.
Thanks, Katie.
All right. I'll talk to you later.
All right. See ya. Bye-bye.